For the second year in a row, the Houston Texans will hold another first-round draft pick or an extra first-round draft pick in this draft. And I'm really excited because, yes, the Deshaun Watson trade, which gave him 3 first-round draft picks, is going to be huge for the franchise, especially with Nick Caserio at the helm. New head coach DeMeco Ryans now calling the shots. I am definitely very excited. And when we talk about our latest addition today, or our latest dream draft scenario for the Houston Texans, I think there's a lot of different things that you really need to consider when it comes to the Texans. And, as we run through all the things here that could and might happen, I definitely think there's going to be a lot of things to consider here for this team. So this isn't a mock draft, so don't get it confused here, but we're just going to run through the different things that we think could happen here and that would be really advantageous for the Texans, as well as things that, yes, their dream draft scenarios, and also things that might not be their dream draft scenarios. So a little bit of randomness, just going to roll here. So go ahead and starting the draft now. Whoever the Panthers go with at number 1, I really feel like clearly the Texans are going to be happy with either Bryce Young or CJ Stroud. It really is day to day at this point who's going to go where. Like, it just is what it is. But overall, the Texans, being happy with whoever they get at 2 is definitely going to be the key here. Or maybe they want to take a chance on Anthony Richardson or whoever there. But I think being happy is going to be really where they want to go. So CJ Stroud here for me. I think that the Panthers are most likely going to go CJ Stroud. It makes the most sense to me. I feel like he's the more pro ready. But also Bryce Young is right there. Like he's pro ready. He's going to be a good quarterback. But for this all intents and purposes, just a simulation of what we think could happen is going to be really good. Now, worst case scenario is, the Texans at 2 really don't have a worst case scenario, even at 12, to be perfectly honest with you, because I still think that even if they don't want to go, at 12 with, wide receiver or one of those other things, you still have Kalijah Cansey there, who's really going to help out that D line. Lucas Van Ness is still going to be there. There's going to be a lot of players, especially because the Cardinals are most likely going to trade down from 3, or at least looks like they could, because they're going to get a lot of offers. Trust me, especially with a lot of teams looking to trade up for a quarterback. But overall, Kalijah Cansey, Christian Gonzalez is there to help out that defense a little bit more. If I'm faced with this particular decision, especially because you're going to be back in the 3rd round, I think the best case scenario here is, Quentin Johnston is there, or one of the top receivers, like maybe Jackson Smith and Jigba, even though it just recently came out that NFL teams really only view JSN as the only first-round wide receiver in this draft. I don't know. I really don't know about that, because to me, I have really felt like, no matter who you get at the wide receiver position in this draft, Quentin Johnston, for my money, is that dude, even though JSN is still a really good player. Anyway, best case scenario, you can get Quentin Johnston or JSN here at 12 as well. We'll see how the board falls, or if you want to go in a direction where you help out the offensive line, I think that's going to be really advantageous later on. But right here, I go Kalijah Cansey if it's me. Again, not a mock draft, just kind of looking at how things go here. When you get early into the 2nd round, I mean, you're going to have your pick of all of the centers. So Steve Avila, who can play guard or center. You're going to have your pick of Joe Tippmann, who I think you might be able to get at 65 or 73. So right here, you're also going to have your picks of the wide receivers and Josh Downs. I really do not see Nathaniel Tank Dell being a 1st-round draft pick, but I mean, if there's an early run on wide receivers, he definitely could go there. But I think Nathaniel Tank Dell is going to be there. Obviously, Josh Downs is going to be there, but also, again, you're going to have your pick of the centers as well. So right here in this particular spot, I think you're sitting pretty. And then when you get into the 3rd rounds, I think that's when you're really going to start to shore up the rest of this team and take care of the rest of these needs. Now right here, I've got quarterback taken care of. I got D-line taken care of. Again, not a full mock draft, just kind of running through the best case scenarios we see here. Worst case scenario, I mean, you're out of wide receivers, which again, if there is a run, I doubt it. But if it happens, the Texans may need to wait till the 3rd round to get a guy, because I mean, BPA right now, right here, I mean, this is tough. I mean, you could go tight end. You could get DeJuan Jones here, help out the rest of that defense. But to me, Nathaniel Tank Dell all the way at 33 here, I think he is just too good to pass up. Jalen Hyatt too. He's going to be an absolute stud. Jalen Hyatt could legitimately go in the 1st round. That would be my absolute goal. Whoops. Going to go wide receiver here. So Jalen Hyatt. Yeah, Jalen Hyatt could easily be a 1st-round wide receiver, but then you get into the 3rd round. This is where things are going to get really interesting for the Texans, because as it shows here, I've seen Luke Whippler fall all the way to the 3rd round. John Michael Schmitz is most likely going to be there, who was once regarded as the best center in the draft. So the Texans are in a really good spot. And when we talk about dream draft scenarios, I really think the Texans are going to be right in the middle of it. They're going to get the pick of their guys that they want to develop and move forward with, and I think that they're in a really good spot. But that's been kind of a look at the dream draft scenarios for the Houston Texans. Texans in the 2023 NFL Draft. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you. Down in the description below, you'll find all of our social media platforms. So give us a like and a follow there. Also, remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put it in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about our dream draft scenarios for the Houston Texans.